Okay, should we do this? Okay. Popcorn. What the fuck?
I'm just trying to get some energy in.
Psyched up, come on!
Woo!
England!
That's you begging for a passport. England, please.
Hi, I'm Dea.
I'm Reese.
And we are literally dead! Woo!
Welcome to part 2 of our Dead Snow extravaganza.
Yeah! It's a special. We're like a TV show. We have specials. And it's also the 5th episode of our podcast. Happy 5th episode.
Happy 5th episode.
Oh
I got you something.
You didn't! Oh my god!
I love you.
I got you something too.
What is it? Two of them! For the benefit of the listener, we just flipped each other off. No, it's winter season, and so we did this little special, 2 wintry little horror films.
We're wrapped up because where are we? Norway. Again!
Yeah, we're in Norway, actually.
This studio's so fucking hot.
That's the budget we have.
Yeah.
It's very warm.
I'm really warm. I wore this jumper because I was like, because they're like skiing and stuff.
Yeah.
And like we can dress like we're skiing and stuff.
Ooh la la.
But I regret this now.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. But it's fun. So like cozy out by the fireplace.
And listen to us talk about zombies.
Oh, zombies.
Love it. What do you think about horror movie sequels? What's your favourite horror movie sequel?
Sequel as in the second film or just following film?
I would say following film because prequels are different. And
because I would say it has to be
Chucky's
Bride.
Okay.
Or Chucky's Seed.
Yeah, it can be part of a series. That's fine.
Because I just think that Chucky's Bride and Chucky's Seed were just the cuntiest.
They were
Chucky films, and to me they're the most defining of the Chucky.
They definitely turned the
series.
franchise around because the first 3 films are very like typical kind of horror. Maybe a little bit
good,
more campy.
and they do have some uniqueness, and
yeah,
they're
good.
respectable. Like, not to deny how good they are.
Yeah.
But I think it defined itself.
Yeah.
So much with Bride.
Really, the 90s Chucky movies kind of. They paved the way for the rest of them, but also that's what we remember when we think of Chucky. That's what we think of.
Yeah.
And so those are your favorite horror movie sequels.
I would say, what's yours?
That is a real tough one because there are so many good ones. I mean, Dead Snow 2 might be up there, but
really?
not my like favorite. But like, yeah.
I mean, it's like the Scream series, and that one's funny because some of them are so bad, but then some of them are really good.
Yeah, I did not like the 4th Scream movie.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was awful. But the second one was really good. That is just, I don't know.
That's fine.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back. I'll get back to you on that one.
Never,
no.
But no, so we're doing the sequel to Dead Snow, and this one is called
Dead Snow 2, Red vs. Dead.
Minor spoiler warning. Just to remind you where we left off in the first film, it ends with
Martin is the only survivor of the horrific Nazi zombie attack. And he's in the car trying to drive, but he left 1 gold Nazi coin in the car and he didn't realise it. And Colonel Herzog is punching at the window
to get his coin back.
Oh my god.
Fade to black. Here we go with the second film. Give us that spoiler-free synopsis.
Well, it's almost a spoiler-free synopsis because you have to watch the first one.
Well, it's not spoilers to the second film.
After the events of the first movie, Martin wakes up in the hospital, arrested for the murders of his friends from the first movie, with an arm attached where he cut his off.
Ooh.
He looks for a way to stop Herzog and his growing army. Bam, bam, bam!
The movie starts
with a recap of all the events of the last film.
Yeah.
Everyone's deaths, what's been happening, what's going on.
Zoom, 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 flashback. And then we are in the car. Colonel
Herzog
is punching through the window and he attacks Martin's like, wow.
Yeah. And then Martin starts driving the car. And then
A horde of zombies come out.
horde of zombies are chasing after them. Herzog's hanging on by his intestines in the window.
Yeah.
Because his own arm is like being cut by the window thing. They crash into a tree and a trucker finds... Is it Herzog again? Or is it another Nazi zombie?
I think it's another.
Okay. Well, a trucker unfortunately gets the thing murdered by Nazi zombies. And Martin
crashes, tumbles down
a ditch.
A ditch in his car.
In his car with Herzog's arm in it.
And blacks out.
Only
to wake up in a hospital.
And he's handcuffed.
And he's being treated by doctors. And the doctors say, yes, we found you in the woods and your dead friends and your DNA all over them. And he's been blamed for the death of his friends. But they say, but don't worry, we were able to reattach your arm. He says, what arm?
Oh my God.
It's Herzog's arm.
And he's like, that's Satan's arm. He's not really helping himself with this because everyone thinks he's crazy. And he's like, that's Satan's arm.
I didn't kill them. The Nazi zombies did.
And then his Nazi zombie arm kills a doctor, breaks free of the handcuffs, goes crazy.
It has a life of its own.
And then there's a scene where we cut back to Herzog and we find out that he's not done because he hears Hitler talking to him in the fish logo. He looks at a logo of a fish from a town called Talvik, and he hears Hitler talking to him.
Stop.
He hears Hitler in a fish.
How do we feel about the zombie arm? It plays a big part in this film, as we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But it's very unique. He has an amputated zombie arm attached to him.
Yeah.
And it doesn't infect him, even though his blood's most likely flowing through it.
I think it's established in the last film because Vergard didn't die, even though he had been bitten by a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, again, it's re-established in this movie that these aren't the typical zombies.
But it's connected to his mind, because he controls the arm is connected to his wants.
Mm.
And it sort of like acts in accordance.
Yes.
But do we stand the zombie arm?
I think it's kind of cunt.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think, I mean, what would you do if you had a zombie arm?
I generally can't think of anything that a zombie arm would make my life better.
I can think of several things. Lifting heavy objects.
I'm already so strong.
No, you're not. Pushing through crowds, even though I have a cane for that, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
Killing people. And also... and also bringing people back from the dead. As we'll find out later in the movie.
That one's quite fun.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Do you know who I'd bring back from the dead? Neither do I.
Neither do I.
So Martin is knocked out again by the police.
Transition to
old
people home. Being attacked by Herzog.
Yes, but it's really funny. It's really funny.
Go tell them why it's funny. Tell them why it's funny.
Because, so the old woman's doing laundry outside, and the old man is looking at porn, and then he's like, take your dentures out, I could do with some head tonight. And then Herzog throws the old woman's head at him. And then the old man tries to shield himself with the porno mag.
He tells his wife to take her dentures out. Because he wants a head.
Well, you shouldn't keep him in.
Well, he got a head.
How's your head?
Decapitated. Before they kill the man, they chop off his arm.
Yes.
And then we are introduced to the Nazi zombie surgeon or
evil doctor. I call him evil doctor.
Who takes the human arm.
Yeah.
And a shirtless Herzog awaits, and the evil doctor attaches the human arm to Herzog.
But this is the thing.
And it sort of has this magical transition where this like dark energy fuses the human arm into his own.
Yeah.
Which, can I just say, seems a bit oxymoronish that the zombie has regenerative powers.
Yeah, especially because he's been like frozen and dead for like 100 years.
Like, I'm like, he can grow back an arm, but his lip is hanging off. That make sense?
That does not make any sense. What was I gonna say? Also, he's not. He. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I had a brain fart. Okay.
Damn! Oh my god!
Stop it! You made the noise.
Damn! It stinks.
Girl, you would know if it was mine because you'd be passed out. Herzog isn't as green in this one, and that really annoyed me because in some shots he's really green, but then as soon as his titties are out, he's a normal human alive colour. Like
not alive, like bluey cold.
He's bluey cold, but he's not as green as he was in the first film.
I can see that.
And I'm like, why?
Getting some more sun or something. You know?
He's getting some more sun.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, he's come down from the mountain, you know.
Exactly, changing up his lifestyle. He's seeing more of the world.
He's got more vitamins.
More vitamins. Vitamins. Yeah. Poor thing was famished on that mountain.
The zombies don't eat anyone in these movies.
They don't, but then they weirdly go through people's intestines.
Because they're having fun.
It's just fun.
I think, would you rather be like a 28 days later zombie where you're just eating people? Or would you be like a kind of a dead snow zombie? You don't have to be a Nazi, don't worry. Where you're like a cursed zombie, but you don't have to eat anybody, but you're kind of decaying, but you're like killing people.
I would rather be 28 thingies. Because if you are a dead snow zombie, then you're brainwashed into following whoever created you.
That is so true.
And I just want to live my own life.
That's important.
I want to be my own independent zombie.
You're so right. I would agree, but I think my reason and logic comes from there wouldn't be that much changed if I was a 28 days later zombie.
You're just, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I had a snack in between these episodes, yeah.
So, to get back to the plot, Herzog gets his new arm. Ooh. I've lost my note. Okay, Herzog gets...
Herzog, it's a H.
I don't care. Herzog, Gogolog, Hergolog, Herzog,
Goggle.
Horizon, Verizon. Herzog, what was his name? Herzog. Herzog gets his new arm.
Yeah.
Who did...
Herzog gets his new arm and he awakens a new power and he wants to try it out. So he goes to a graveyard. And then at the graveyard, he tries to resurrect people with his new found human arm. Because for him, it's not a zombie arm, it's a human arm.
He just like...
And he can't. It doesn't
Monkey
work.
D. Luffy pumps the ground, doesn't he?
Do not bring One Piece into this.
Anyway, so there
are zombies in One Piece. Did you know that? You didn't get to that bit. He tries to raise the dead. He can't because they're too rotten, explained by the evil doctor. They're not as well preserved as the ones kept up in the mountains.
Yeah.
And so they realise they're going to have to kill people and then resurrect them for him to grow his army.
So they set course for a cute little village.
They go to a church. So they take the priest in the church first.
Anyway, cut back to Martin in the hospital.
Yeah, he wakes up again.
He's been rechained to the bed with
More
stronger straps. And there is a little boy checking him out.
Yeah.
Not like that. The little boy is just looking at his zombie arm and taking pictures for his little like Discord zombie group.
Yeah.
And he says, these guys are real legit. These little zombie hunters really know what they're doing. And then Martin's in the bed like, wait, they can help? They can travel here?
And then he's like, yeah, they totally could. They just want more information about your arm. And he's like, will you let me out? And he's like, no. And then Martin says, well, I have chocolate. And the kid's like, just like me for real. he's like, okay.
So the little kid sets him free in hopes of chocolate. Martin jumps up, looks around, scopes around, and the kid's like, give me my chocolate. And he says, nah, fuck off, and tosses him out the window.
Well, the arm is like, because Martin's like, how the fuck am I supposed to get out of this hospital? And the arm is like, I got this. He throws the kid out the window. And then Martin jumps out after the kid and he tries to do CPR, like
chest compressions.
Chest compressions on the kid, and he shoves his hands through the kid's rib cage.
He didn't know his own strength. He crushed his rib cage. He pops the kid like a gusher.
And he's like, oh fuck. So he just takes the kid's phone and runs to car because the police woke up from his nap. And was like,
why are police officers that are made to watch criminals in hospitals, why are they always asleep in movies?
They're always having a nap or eating a donut.
Never
just like
there.
me for real.
But the police officer chases after him and says, stop right there. So he takes the little Mercedes ornament off the top of the car, and the zombie hand does, and throws it at the police officer's head, and it ninja stars him in the skull, and he dies.
That's a pretty cool death.
It is. But the accidental CPR chest
so
concave
funny.
Was way better. But yes. So he contacts the zombie people and he says, yeah, like you said you could help. There are zombies in this place and Then cut to the the zombie brigade. What are
The
they called?
zombie squad. He gets in touch with the zombie squad while he's driving away. And the zombie squad guy says something really funny. And when Martin's trying to talk to them, and he's like, I do not speak the language of Thor.
He doesn't.
He doesn't speak the language.
He doesn't. Fun fact.
And so Martin gives him all the information, and the guy on the other side of the phone, the leader of the zombie squad, Daniel, is like, Martin of the North, we will come to you. And then it cuts to the zombie squad.
In their
In
attic.
the attic.
Their mom's attic.
And they're a Discord group.
Yeah, just two women and a guy.
2 women and a guy. 1 woman who can't stop talking in Star Wars references, fucking beta. And 1 woman...
Who can't stop complaining about the other woman making Star Wars
Yeah.
references.
And who she has 2, she complains about the other woman, and then she also just agrees with everything the Discord mod says.
Oh, because he's so fun. No, he's not. I always try to pick a man in these films and just be like, ooh, but
Not for you?
I feel like we've yet to watch a horror film with an attractive man. The next one will be an attractive man.
Oh my god, yeah!
Especially if we do.
The one we're thinking of doing.
Yeah.
Well, if we do the one we're thinking of doing, then it's hint to anyone eagle-eared viewers, it's directed by the same guy as
Really?
Dead Snow.
No.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that. It'll be the next episode.
There you go.
That's wow. Okay.
3 of his movies in a row. And so they're like...
Do you want to say the director's name?
Oh, shit, yeah, I should.
What's his name?
Tommy Wirkola.
Nice. Okay. Sorry. The Discord squad decides we're gonna fly out to
Thorland.
yeah.
To Norway. But I wanted to ask you a question. Have you noticed how many Americans are in zombie movie sequels that are made abroad?
That's a good point.
Look at this. Train to Busan. It had a prequel, but its sequel has Americans in it. 28 days later, 28 weeks later, sequel has Americans in it. Dead Snow 2, Americans in the sequel. And usually I don't like Americans, especially in my zombie movie sequels.
Stay out.
Because they
It's like
just...
raisins in a muffin.
They like to pretend like they can save everyone and everything because they've got guns. And I just think that guns make a zombie movie so uninteresting.
Yeah, too easy.
Because, yeah, it's too easy and everyone goes deaf. And if you rely on all your problems being solved by a fucking gun, then it's not visually interesting and it just sucks. So if you're an American and you're making a zombie movie, please remember that. But...
Okay, preach. Damn.
But in this movie, I don't mind it so much because they can't bring their fucking guns to Norway.
No. Although they still, and I think I liked this because it kind of mocked them.
Yeah.
But I like when they do get a zombie kill at one point and they go, yeah, America!
Yeah.
America!
Oh my god, we're gonna get to that. That's so funny.
USA!
Yeah.
It's very like, oh, okay.
Okay, you're
Now we have to
wrong
get to the village death scene.
bored police officers. We get introduced to them first.
Oh, yeah, that bit was
There's
so
a
boring.
fucking B plot in this, and I think it's the worst part of this movie.
It's
but
so boring and
it's
unnecessary.
kind of funny, but like not that
They
funny.
do nothing
Yeah.
the entire time. We
They-
just cut to police officers who are hunting down Martin because they think that he killed all his friends
Well,
in the
it's this
mountain.
precinct, and they're like, oh yeah, you have to look out for Martin because he's come from the other place. And they're like, but that's not our jurisdiction. Yeah, but he might be coming this way. So we introduce them
And
because
that's
they're bored
it.
as fuck.
They do nothing else.
They're bored. We're bored. Well, they shouldn't be in the movie. And now we can go to... Go on, you can say it.
Say what? Oh yeah, cut to Herzog and his
It's the museum next. Not the village, I'm sorry. You keep saying it's the village.
No, it's
but
the village before the museum.
it's not. Because it goes here. It's written out.
You
So
know
here
what?
It says,
I don't care. I want to go to the scene
no,
I like.
no. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Was I?
I'm gonna fucking kill. No, neither of us were right.
I was
I
right.
wrote Nazi zombies and it was Zombie Squad. Zombie Squad arrive in fucking Norway and they weapon up at a freaking B&Q.
Oh, they do. I thought more of a screw fix. Yeah, I couldn't tell. B&Q screw fix was American, so.
I wrote Nazi zombies instead of freaking Zombie Squad. I'm so pissed off. I'm correcting it now. I don't care.
Well, if you're wrong, it means I'm right.
No, it doesn't.
That is just how that works.
And then Martin goes to And then Martin goes to a museum.
A Nazi museum, and he meets a gay emo. I mean,
He meets a gay emo called Glenn.
he
Glenn's
works
cool.
there, and then he helps him learn a bit more about the Nazis.
Yeah.
And then the museum's attacked
By the Nazis! Oh my god!
Nazi zombies kills all the people
Yeah.
outside in the coaches on their field trips.
A few notable things that happen. They use intestines to siphon gas out of the van into a tank.
Yeah.
What else? Glenn vomits on a window, which I thought that was the most valid reaction to seeing a fucking massacre.
Mm-hmm.
No one else well, we'll get to that. But he's the only human that vomits in the whole franchise.
It was very creative. It was a creative scene. It was very well done.
And they discover what Herzog's objective is. And that is to kill everyone in the town called Talvik.
Which is a lot.
It's like 3,000 people, which is not, insubstantial. Martin and Glenn, they hide in Nazi costumes so that they can escape the zombies. Oh, and when Martin threatens Glenn, Glenn goes, "Stop, I have 2 cats." And I thought that was the fucking gayest response to being held hostage ever.
It would be my response.
Yeah.
How dare you kill me? I'm a mother.
Okay.
So, I got this. So then they attack this village called...
No, they don't. I'm sorry. But you're forgetting a couple things. I'm sorry. Okay.
Nazi
The massacre's over. The Nazis now have a fucking tank.
And they retreat. They go away.
They fuck off to somewhere. Then
Martin finds out he has magical resurrection
he
powers.
makes his own zombie.
He resurrects one of the strangers on the dead people.
And they never get named. I kind of refer to them as Poot, like Poot Lovato the whole time.
I named it Puppy.
Oh, okay.
Because it was like a puppy. The zombie makes it like a puppy. Very cute,
Yeah,
and follows
he
him
kinda
around
just
for the
goes,
rest of the film.
He gets fucking tortured throughout this whole film. Anytime there's a scene with him,
It's so funny because
imagine some kind of bodily fluid happening, or like him getting hit on the head, or you know what I mean?
They keep accidentally killing the zombie
And
that
reviving.
he made, and then reviving him again. And every time he just gets more and more mushed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he can create a zombie, and then he meets the zombie squad, the zombie defenders, and he's like, "Oh yeah, so cool, let's do this together."
They pull info, and then they decide to split up.
Yeah.
Martin, Zombie Dog, who's a man, and Daniel, they go off to find communist zombies. And the girls and the gay go to distract and kind of slow the Nazis down.
Yeah.
And they split up into 2 teams, and it's going to keep cutting back and forth, and it's great to watch, but to talk about, you're going to be so fucking confused, and...
Which scene is this?
Sorry!
Which scene is this?
Sorry! Okay, let's find out what scene's next.
Are they attacking the village?
Wait!
Are they attacking the village? Please. Please.
Yes, it is!
Oh! Okay, so they attack the village. So they do an entire hostile takeover of this village, all the zombie Nazis.
They run people over with a
gonna
tank.
describe some of the deaths within this takedown, just to summarize it for you. One of them is a couple that are in the bathroom, and I thought they were so cute.
One of them was taking a shit.
The woman was bathing, and the husband was taking a shit. And they get a knock at the door, and like, "Oh, that's early." And then the zombies burst through, absolutely murdered them. Great. Cut to a family eating dinner around a table. They burst in, whap dad dead, and then they take the daughter of the wife, a woman, and they toss her out the window, and then she lands to the ground, and then her head immediately gets run over by a tank.
Yeah.
Name some more kills. Come on.
We got kids who were run over by the tank in a sand pit. We got a person in a wheelchair who they flip the wheelchair and then just stamp on their head. And then at one point, these people, they were making a good escape. Like, they could have escaped if they hadn't been caught, but they were being really stealthy about it. It was a woman and a buggy and like someone else, and they get shot with the fucking tank.
Yeah.
They literally aim the tank at these people and they fucking shoot them.
Someone gets like impaled on a white picket fence.
Oh my god, yeah.
Although it wasn't white, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
It had
It
some
was
really
gruesome.
gruesome. It was quick. It was creative. It was.
This film's a lot more gruesome than the first one,
Yeah.
but it was so much fun.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
The police
no, let me
find.
do that again. That tongue pop's like. Oh no, my mouth's so dry. Let me lubricate.
I'm going crazy.
God, I'm laughing. That was good enough.
Okay.
That was terrible, but
The police find the massacre in the museum, and they're like, "Where the fuck are we gonna put all these bodies?" And then they see Martin's picture in the CCTV cam, and my thing is if they caught Martin in the CCTV, would they not have caught the whole fucking thing?
yeah, the zombies and
Bless you. That, like,
also, how are they even blaming him anyway? They found him up on the mountains. All of his friends are dead. There should have been.
his arm is
So-
cut off and his balls were bitten.
There should have been so much blood, so many dead zombies everywhere. They didn't see any of the. They saw his dead friends, but none of the dead zombies around them. Make sense.
Maybe Herzog revived him.
I don't know.
Dude, he didn't have that power at that point.
No. So that wouldn't be possible. How did I not see that? And on top of that, one of his arms is gone. His like balls are half bitten off. He's got cuts and wounds everywhere.
He's covered in blood. That's
why
not
did you not
his.
think? Oh, maybe he's a victim too. Like I just what?
Also, how did they get to the mountains, find all of these bodies without encountering any of the still moving around Nazi zombies?
Mm-hmm. They were moving in plain sight with the tank.
With a fucking tank.
But anyway,
It doesn't make any sense.
so they take over this whole village, to create their army and also just to like kill these people.
Yeah, police find the people at the museum, and then the girls they catch up with the
girls on the emo.
Yeah, the girls and the gay, they catch up with the zombies who had just murdered this whole fucking village, and they're like, right, we gotta slow them down. And so they are homophobic as fuck. They decide to use the gay as bait.
Yeah.
They're like, we need someone who's quick and light on their feet and who knows the swamps. And the guy's like, Glennis just goes, what makes you think I won't get caught in the fucking swamp? And then they're like, please. And then he's like, fine. So there's this one bit, and Glenn throws a rock, and it bounces off a zombie's helmet, and the zombie just falls like a rag doll. And he's like, come get me, and he starts running. And the zombies start following, and the girls start using fertilizer bombs.
They were just grenades, weren't they?
No, because they bought loads of fertilizer at the B&Q.
Oh yeah, fertilizer bombs to explode the zombies
Yeah.
as the gay is running away from them.
Yeah,
And
which
he-
seems dangerous to me.
But he did it, and
Yeah,
he
he
makes
did.
that last leap and that last explosion. They
Yeah.
kill the zombies. Great.
They kill some of them,
Some
and then
of
the
them,
zombies
yeah.
move on because they think that they got them, but they didn't.
No.
And then
They
the girl,
really didn't really make much of a dent. They killed like 12 zombies.
no,
They had like 200.
and the girls, they start going USA, 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 and Glenn looks at them like, okay,
Okay.
like I can hear the Drag Race sound effect in the background going, dum, 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 dum. So good.
The little rattlesnake.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. And then we cut to basically Martin traveling in the car with was he with Emo, and they were traveling with his zombie that he made?
No, he wasn't with Emo. He was with Daniel, the Discord mod.
Yes, he's with the Discord mod and the zombie that he made. And they are
They get stuck in the snow,
yes.
and they decide to put the zombie underneath the wheel so that it could get traction over, and I think it's on the zombie's balls.
Wasn't his head?
No, it was this.
They crushed his head afterwards with the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the wheel is literally wheeling like on his like crotch area, and the zombies like.
And he looks mashed up, and then they drive over his head,
Yeah.
which mashes him up even more, and he brings him back to life, and now his head is all squashed.
Oh god.
And then they finally make it to
No, they don't.
the deceased ground of the communist zombies. The communist soldiers, sorry.
No, it's the police. What?
No one gives a shit about the police.
I don't.
Fine. Okay, so yeah.
It cuts back to the police, and the police find more dead bodies at the fucking town, and they're like, let's not call for backup.
You know, or we just see 2 mass murders,
Yeah.
and especially this town, which is like thousands of people, but let's not call backup. And sure, this is all Martin. This has to all be Martin's doing.
What the fuck does that?
One man killing
Yeah.
3,000 people.
And then it cuts back to Martin and Daniel and Zombie, and the zombie keeps fucking vomiting everywhere. It's all disgusting. And then they get to the communists.
The dead
The dead
the
Russians.
dead Russian communist soldiers, and he resurrects them. He pounds the ground. They come to life, and he's like, "Let's go."
Let's go.
And he's like, "Awesome."
Yeah.
And then the zombie war.
Yes. Zombie war.
They all
Zombie
meet
fight.
in like what looks like a fucking playground.
It looks sick.
The
Everyone's
communist
dying.
zombies, the Nazi zombies, even the police pull up.
The police pull up and promptly get crushed by a tank and go hide.
Yeah, and do nothing because they never did anything to
They
stop
never
them.
did anything, but they brought guns with them, and they still went, and they just decided to hide in the house while this was going
Yeah.
on. I can't blame them, to be honest.
So the zombies fight each other. The armies.
Zombies fight each other.
Communists versus Nazis. They're going at it. Wow, wow, wow.
Wah, wah, wah.
The zombie squad is doing it. They're doing their thing.
They're doing their
fighting.
thing. Glenn's fighting. Everyone's fighting.
Yeah, Martin's using his zombie fist to really pound everyone. The 2 leaders, the leader of the Nazis, Herzog, and the leader of the communists, forget his name.
Stavard.
Yeah, were like fighting each other. They were
Yeah.
like the boss fighting.
But
Bam,
they're
bam,
just
bam.
literally throwing each other around. But the thing is, the communist leader has a pickaxe, and I'm like, how cunt would it have been if he was given a hammer and a sickle? Are you kidding me? That was such a missed opportunity.
I guess it was.
Come on.
It was, yeah.
So good. And the evil scientist Nazi, he's literally he's taking the troops and he's stuffing them with straw after their own
The evil
organs.
doctor.
Yeah.
He's acting as a medic on the side of the battle.
They give him
and
such quirky music.
all the Nazi zombies are coming in, and he, like you said, he's patching them up with hay. One of them has a blown off leg, and he shoves a plunger into the wound
Oh, yeah.
as a peg leg, and it's got like goofy music playing. It's very funny.
It's a really camp gory scene. Like, we're not doing it justice by just talking about it. There's so many good like deaths in it.
Yeah.
More intestines everywhere. Blood is everywhere. People are fighting. People
Yeah.
are dying.
There's one point where the Discord mon leader of the zombie squad is in the tank and he's killing all the zombies, and then it ends with a quite interesting kill where he's got the zombie on the ground, he's on top of him,
Yeah.
and he puts a bullet in the zombie's mouth and then hammers the bullet,
Oh my
which
god, yeah.
ignites it and shoots the zombie in the head.
Fucking slayed.
And then
Everyone
you have
gets
the
a moment.
emo
Everyone
who
gets a
has
moment.
his moment where he's like, is this it? Are we gonna die? And then he goes, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. And then he dies.
He died, and that's a homophobic moment, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
before he can say he's gay. I know we all knew,
We all
but
knew.
like he deserves to speak his truth.
And also, it's homophobic to kill gay people.
Actually, it is.
The fact that they let the Americans live
Yeah.
and they killed Glenn, it's very upsetting to me. It's like Vargard's death in the last movie. Like, why did they kill that person?
We'll miss you, Glenn.
We'll miss him.
You
Icon.
raised me up
So I can stand on mountains. You raise me up
to walk
on stormy seas.
We love you, Glenn.
You'll live in our hearts forever.
Rest in peace. We're delusional. We're
Then
so tired.
Herzog kills Stavard.
Okay, so a fight breaks out between Martin and Herzog.
Yeah.
And Herzog is just whooping Martin's ass. He is throwing him around, tossing him against the oven.
It's a lot of throwing.
Yeah, just like boom, boom, boom. They're semi-equally strength,
Yeah.
but Herzog is definitely stronger because he's full zombie, and full power.
Also, he's a
But-
trained soldier.
Obviously, but Martin has enough strength to defend himself at least.
Yeah.
It's quite quick. It's a lot of movement. It's quite fun. Martin ends up on his back. Herzog tries to stab him, and he sort of like stops it with like a grate from like the oven. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And it almost hits him in the eye, and then it just hits the side of his head. Well,
like the moments you like in slasher movies.
Yes, and I really like that. That's why I'm talking about it, because it was significant. This fight goes on. Some other things happen.
While this is happening, the Discord mod Daniel is in a tank fighting zombies in the tank to try and get control of it.
Yeah, and he does get control eventually. And then when he has control, Martin's fight with Herzog leads him outside.
And he's on the tank.
Yeah.
Martin is on the tank and he's talking to Herzog. He's like, "Why can't you just die? Why are you so greedy?" And Herzog's just standing there, his fucking
on
goofy
top
self.
of him.
Yeah.
Like about to kill Martin, and Martin's like, You got greedy. You could have won, but you got greedy. And he's like, "And did you know you lost?" Like, give him a little like history lesson. Like,
and Herzog's the man emoji standing again.
Yeah, and he's like, "You lost back then, and you're gonna lose again now." And then Discord mod turns the tank's little cannon to aim almost basically directly behind Herzog's head, and then fires, exploding.
Herzog's head!
The king is dead, and all of his soldiers suddenly lose whatever magic was keeping them alive, and they fall to the ground like dead bodies.
And then
they've defeated the enemy.
They defeated the Nazis. Communists win! And then there's some admin. Basically, the zombie squad decides to go back to America. They're happy because they're finally right and they've done something with their lives. Martin discovers Glenn's death and is a bit sad.
The police officers come out of hiding
and they're like,
see all the bodies, and they're like, "There's no room left in the fridge."
Again. It's like the third time they've done this.
That's all they've done is clean up. That's all they're fucking good for.
And then Martin decides to go to visit his girlfriend at the graveyard.
Oh, yes. He goes to visit his girlfriend's grave, Miss Dreadlocks. If you remember her from part 1.
She's a white woman with dreadlocks, and she's going to let you know it.
She will, and she will make shit coffee.
Organic shit coffee.
So he goes to her grave, he digs her up, and he uses his magic zombie hand to bring him back to life. She kisses him.
And they fuck.
And they fuck in the car. Surprisingly wet.
Steamy. It's steamy, and
it's like really like liquidy.
Like the zombies steam up a car, and his hand, like his zombie hand, is going on the window.
With what's the amniotic fluid? What's the one?
Ectoplasm? No.
No, I mean the one in the
pre-cum?
womb. The womb.
Amniotic fluid.
Yeah.
That's not amniotic.
That's what it would look like. That's how I imagine it would look like, to describe it for the benefit of the listener.
And his zombie dog is watching the whole time, making weird.
Yeah, the zombie he made comes at the end while they're having sex, and he is falling apart like cheese string. It is disgusting. Yeah. And then I think it looks like he starts to have an orgasm watching them.
Yeah, he likes what he sees.
I think he, just like the arm, is controlled by the mindset of Martin. So I think because Martin was having sex, he was feeling some form of pleasure. So he just stands by the car and sort of like enjoys his little orgasm.
Yeah. And that's how the movie ends.
But wait,
there's more.
There's more?
There's more.
There's an after credit scene.
And they did it before Marvel popularized it. I'm going to say that. Where the Nazi evil doctor, for some reason he's still alive, I don't know why, maybe he had a different mission, finds Herzog's head, and Herzog's head makes a noise. He's still alive, but dead.
But how is the evil doctor alive if Herzog's dead? Because the whole point was that when Herzog dies, all of his men die because they're kept alive by his magic. Unless the evil doctor has his own magic.
Unless the evil doctor's the leader all along. Or maybe he had a different mission. But we'll never know.
Because there won't be a third film.
Well, there was supposed to be a third movie. They had an article in 2017. You can still find them on like IMDb and stuff. And there was supposed to be a Dead Snow 3. And it was going to have a zombie Hitler. And I'm really sad because it's not happening. I don't think... We've not heard anything since 2017 about it. If there is, I'll watch it. We'll do another episode on it.
We'll do another episode.
But if not... Dead Snow 2 is a great 2 movies to watch.
Yeah. Are we doing final thoughts?
Well, the movie's over now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a great duology, you know?
This film a 3 out of 5.
A 3. Oh wow, it's up from 2.5.
Well, the first film I gave a 2.5. I think the sequel is a 3 out of 5. I'm still not a huge fan of zombies. It's still a very goofy, silly film. But I feel like this one understood what was so good about the first film and then just did loads of it, which I think really worked for it and it was great. But still, at the end of the day, it's not the greatest plot or the most interesting thing to happen. It's just really fun to watch. So I think 3 out of 5 is... No, 3. Yeah, 3 out of 5 is pretty
Okay.
pretty fair, pretty accurate.
I gave this one a 3.5 again with a heart. But that's just because I think the police plot weighed it down a lot. But it's a lot campier than the first one, and I really enjoyed that and appreciate that. The tone was not confused at all. It knew what it was doing. It was a lot of fun to watch. I love the gore. Let me see if I've written anything else. Could you have guessed that fucking ending? With him fucking in the car?
Yeah.
You could have guessed that.
Yeah.
I don't believe you could have. I don't.
Well, the fact that see, here's the thing. I already had the thought when he was looking at the newspaper of his dead friends that he was going to go and try and resurrect them.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to just resurrect his girlfriend and have sex with her. But I thought he was going to resurrect his friends and then live a sort of like weird life of like trying to cling on to them and be like, oh, we're still friends, even though they're like mindless zombies.
Maybe that would have happened in Z03.
But it's not too far of a stretch from that to just resurrecting his girlfriend and fucking her.
Yeah.
So.
I guess, but I would not have guessed that fucking ending. I think it's a very fun double bill to watch with friends.
Yeah.
I've watched both of these movies multiple times because I got the DVD and it came as like a 2-set thing.
Yeah.
And so I've watched them on my own, I've watched them in groups and all that kind of thing. I've said that in the first episode. But the most fun I've had watching it is with a group of people. We're all having a good time. Some of us are into horror, some of us aren't, you know?
Yeah.
And so I think it's a great like party film, especially if you're into like horror and gore. I would recommend it. I would recommend it
if you like gore and you just want something silly to watch at a party, at a sleepover, on a Discord movie night. I think it is great. I would recommend. I mean, 3 out of 5 is still good. That's It is. Yeah, it's fun. I'd say it's one of those ones that's fun. It's not the most incredible thing ever, but it's fun. And I think that something that I will appreciate and give it, its flowers for, is having really interesting deaths.
Yeah.
And kills.
It's definitely one of those things, if you're into like special effects and like deaths and stuff like that, have a look at this film, have a look at these films, and let us know what you think.
Wait, what?
We've got to do some games. We've got to do some fun things. Come on, let's
do something fun.
Yeah. Oh my god, fun. Right, how many villains have we had on the show so far?
Let's see. So we're on episode 5,
so
but these two are kind of the same.
We've had Marcella.
We've had
We've had
Boogeyman.
We've had
Kevin Bacon.
And we've had
Herzog.
The
Nazi general. Zombie.
Are you gonna rank them based
on what?
Based on
who
you think you could survive?
Okay, so far I think the deadliest is the Boogeyman.
Mm-hmm.
Boogeyman, very scary. Marcella, I feel like I'm too gay for her to get to me, so I feel like she'd be really weak. So she's at the bottom. So I'd say from weakest to strongest, I'd say Marcella, Kevin Bacon, because try me, Herzog, and then the Boogeyman.
Okay, for me, I would say Kevin Bacon at the bottom. I'm sure he's a lovely man, but I think I could take him in a fight.
Ooh.
I do.
Ooh.
I have a list of celebrities I think I could fight.
Ooh.
And he's on it now, just because I've thought of that.
Nothing against him.
No, nothing against him. I don't know.
I use EE.
God damn it. Kevin Bacon at the bottom. I think he's the least dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna say the Boogeyman.
Okay.
I just think maybe it's because he didn't scare me that much.
But it's not just about scare. Like, he's trying to kill you. Like, you think you could survive that?
Well, yeah, because I share a room and my sister uses a nightlight.
He can turn off lights.
I'll just turn it back on. I also think I could beat the Boogeyman in a fight.
Yeah.
That's another celebrity. Nothing against him.
Nothing against him, you know. We all spent time in a closet. We're very familiar. Great friends.
Then I'm gonna say Herzog. I just think I'm not a runner. I'm not a track star. I think I'd walk into one by accident and apologise. Like, there's so many Nazi zombies.
And they're not gonna give a shit about your cane.
No, they're not. Like that person in the wheelchair, they probably used to kill me. Also,
And then Marcella's at the top.
Marcella's at the top because I would go for her. You know?
Yeah, she wouldn't even have to seduce you.
No.
She'd say, kill me.
I would
Drink my blood.
beg her. Choose me. Please. Please.
Love me.
Love me. Yeah. Right. Thank you very much for watching our 2-part Dead Snow special.
Comment something.
We have to remember to do this at the end. We have to engage with our audience. I keep forgetting.
Tell us what your favourite zombie movie is.
Yeah. Do you like zombies? What's your favourite subgenre of horror? If it's not zombies.
Yeah.
What do you think about Americans in zombie movie sequels? I don't know. What other questions can we ask?
What do you think?
What do you think? Do you think?
Think?
I don't think, but do you?
You?
You can find us again at Christmas because we got another thing coming.
Sorry, we're so tired. We filmed 2 episodes.
In one day.
In one day.
Yeah. You're very lucky. You're getting 3 December episodes instead of your normal 2.
Yeah, to make up for the fact that we missed one last month.
Yes. We missed.
We said about 2 a month, so we missed one in November.
We missed one in November.
On
Very
the
sorry.
21st, I think it was supposed to be.
We're very sorry. We missed one in November.
Oh, they don't know that. They don't know our uploading schedule.
Okay, that's
Fuck
true.
you. Enjoy what you get. The fuck? Be grateful.
You get 3 whole episodes in December, and you're like, "Oh my god, what do you mean? We've only seen 2." Wow. We got another one coming. So.
Ooh, and this one is hot. I mean, it's not as hot as film, but listen, jolly old Saint Nick. Thanks for watching.
Where can they find us, Tyreece? Where can they find us?
Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I think we even have one.
Do we?
Yeah, I think we do.
Oh my god.
But with nothing on there. I'd say Instagram's the only thing with anything on it, but TikToks and clips coming soon.
Yeah. Wait for New Year's.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. You blow the candle out this time.
Wait. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts.
Anywhere. Literally Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
YouTube.
Deezer. We're on fucking Deezer.
We're on fucking Deezer.
Yeah, so there's no excuse.
Who uses Deezer?
I don't know.
Okay.
But we're on there.
Remember to like and subscribe and follow and share and comment and tell us what you think if you've seen the movies. And
thanks for watching.
Love you. Bye. I got wax on my face again.
Why are you so bad at that?